methylation testing opens new doors, as Fernanda and her family know. When she was younger, Brazilian doctors found a mass in her brain. In 2024, after a biopsy, the pathologists concluded that it was a grade 4 glioma, an aggressive type of brain cancer. That's when we began the preparations for radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and the radiation mask. And after all this preparation, we were here at GRAC one day to start her treatment when Dr. Felipe ran a whole new exam, a methylation test. The test resulted in a new classification of her tumor. It was reduced to grade 1. So Fernanda, thank God, didn't need radiotherapy or chemotherapy. We are now just monitoring her, only monitoring. Since then, Fernanda has been doing very well clinically. We have been monitoring her with imaging every 3 months, evaluating whether or not there will be tumor growth. It is possible this won't occur, and she will continue to be well without the need for any additional treatment. A delegation from Hopp Children's Cancer Center Heidelberg, KiTZ, led by director Stefan Pfister, has traveled to South America to provide access to the methylation testing method for the diagnosis of cancer in children. To this end, they are visiting partner institutions of the MNP Outreach Consortium, which was initiated at KiTZ.
I am a pathologist and I know how difficult it is sometimes to make a proper diagnosis of certain tumor types. And with methylation profiling, you can have more precise data and be more confident in certain diagnoses that can lead to proper treatments.
The South American partner institutions are located in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia.
On the one hand side, we obviously bring state-of-the-art technology to low and middle income countries who have a notorious shortage of well-trained pathologists. So there it's even more important to basically be equipped with modern tools. And on the other hand, we are also looking into very different ethnical populations where very little is known about, for instance, how common certain cancer types are in these populations.
Stefan Pfister and his team have collected data from more than 170,000 patients, mainly from Europe and North America. However, they also want to get the Global South more involved to obtain more accurate data and to develop more effective therapies for young cancer patients worldwide. Patient representative Alejandra Mendez campaigns for equal access to state-of-the-art diagnostics and treatment.
I live in Chile, in Latin America, part of the global south of the world. For some reasons, I was living in the northern hemisphere when my son was diagnosed with cancer. He's diagnosed with a very aggressive and rare one. It was a clear cell sarcoma of the kidney. And just because we were living in the northern hemisphere, we had access to the best treatment, to the end-of-the-line therapy, and pathologists. Everybody was the best. And since we were living there, Pablo is still alive. He was treated there and cured. Of course, I feel so privileged and grateful for that. But it's so unfair.
Methylation testing should be a step toward a tailored treatment, regardless of where people live, their financial situation, or their health system. According to Stefan Pfister, as a result of methylation diagnosis, up to a quarter of initial diagnoses in brain tumors can be changed.
The
application in the pediatric population is especially relevant because many of the conventional treatments, chemotherapy, but above all radiotherapy, have detrimental effects on a developing brain. So although it is often an essential treatment for pediatric brain tumors, we need to know in which cases the benefits outweigh the possible side effects.
The healthcare systems of the South American MNP partner countries face different hurdles, but the consortium lays the groundwork for cooperation. Colombia is just joining.
This is a great opportunity for the country to be able to have these types of diagnostic tools and be able to implement them for our patients.
For us, it was very important because without the consortium, we don't have possibility to start doing methyloma here. the consortium support us for start doing the first cases for the first year, and then they give us the necessary training to start doing in-house.
What I'm really most excited about is that we have in each of the countries where the environment is always slightly different, have taken really concrete next steps, what needs to be done for this to become a reality. And so I'm very confident that this makes a huge difference.
For patients like Fernanda and her family, thanks to passionate pathologists, methylation diagnostics already made a difference.